Well, today we're going to have something interesting. Today we're going to review the latest Collision tour by New Japan Strong, but also 205 Live. But I'm also going to add two events by Yoshi Promotion, the number one Yoshi promotion of all Japan, Stardom. So, buckle up and let's get ready to start another episode of the Deleted Wrestle Zone.
Are you ready? Get up, get up! 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 Get up, get up!
Welcome everybody to the Deleted Wrestle Zone. All things that it's pro wrestling with AEW, NXT, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Impact Wrestling, the National Wrestling Alliance, various promotions, wrestlers, matches, and championships. I'm your host, Jay Rod here. So let's begin with New Japan Strong for Collision. First match of the night was Young Lion, Alex Coughlin taking on Bateman. Now, this is one of those matches Alex Coughlin is trying to prove that he can succeed, but however, you have to beat the Psycho Bateman. Now, did I like this match? Out of 1 to 10, I give it possibly a 7.5 or so. It was a good match, but to be honest with you, there was no story build up in this one, but it was a good match. I'm not going to lie. But of course, I had that distinct feeling that Bateman was going to win this one because if you guys seen him, you know what I'm referring to. Next match, we had a tag team match. Team Filthy, Danny Limelight, and JR Kratos taking on Brody King and, of course, the Alpha Wolf, Carl Fredericks. I have to say, it was a pretty good match because, as you can see, Team Filthy are trying to set up a statement saying that they run the entire New Japan Strong. But, however, Brody King, who is one of those guys that wants to take on Tom Lawler, even though it's going to be Chris Dickinson to challenge him for the strong openweight championship, it probably made it more sense. But however, the match was great. But the real thing that kind of got me interesting, will Brody King and Carl Fredericks can try to put up a victory? But I did like how the ending goes, where Carl Fredericks was able to try to put Danny Limelight to sleep and put him in some sort of a move similar to a DDT slash paradigm shift type, but it helped them win the match. Now, the main event is a no disqualification match between these two guys that have been at each other's throats for who knows how long. I'm talking about Bullet Club member Hakuleo and, of course, Fred Rouser. This match is the first time ever in New Japan Strong, a no disqualification match. Basically, anything can go. I did not expect a whole lot. The match started in the ring, but they took the whole thing all the way to the back. But the best part that kind of got me is when they went to the moving van where they carry the the New Japan ring. You see, the New Japan ring was transported from wherever it's from in LA to the studio where it's at, because the studio is the same one where they do championship wrestling from Hollywood. So, but there was a moments where Fred Rosser was gonna slam the door right onto Hakuleo, and then Hakuleo was about to do the same thing. But luckily, Fred Rosser got out of the way, but he took the match back and ended it with him winning the match by a pinfall. But the real question remains, is this rivalry between them over? Who knows? It all depends on the matchmakers. But we'll see what happens. But hope you guys enjoyed this. So let's keep moving forward with 205 Live. Okay, 205 Live. Boy, this event was good. Now, even though it's short, I have to say, seeing some of the wrestlers I enjoy the most has changed. The first match of the night was Asher Hale taking on Ari Sterling, who had a disappointing loss against uh, the premier athlete Tony Nese. But this match was unbelievably good. I give it a 10 out of 10 because it kind of showed, okay, this is what I wanted to see. Newcomer wrestlers that should be impressing us. That's what I want to see. Asher Hale and Eric Sterling are two of those guys. And that's what I wanted to see. Just put the whole thing with the OG 205 on the side for a little bit until we build up more storylines with these guys. But it was great. Now, you probably ask me who would I would side. I have to say Ari Sterling. Reason is when he was before coming to WWE, I like his matches where he was involved with Blake Christensen, who's now with WWE 2. I don't know what his new name gonna be, but I enjoyed the match. But did I expect Ari Sterling to win? To be honest with you, I was a bit biased because Asher Sterling did had a victory previously, but Sterling did had a loss last week. But I did enjoy how this match ended with Ari Sterling winning the match. I hope this is going to be leading the one day cruiserweight title opportunity. Now, the main event is the Bollywood boys, Samir and Seville, taking on the very impressive duo of August Gray and Ikemen Jiro. As you know, Ikemen Jiro is one of the newer comers. I have to say, teaming with August Gray is one of the most amazing tag teams I've seen. They fit perfectly for many reasons. One, these are two guys that just love to have fun. Who doesn't love to have fun while you're wrestling? I'm not a wrestler, but if I was that guy, I would definitely have thrown a little bit of fun. But it was great. But did I expected that Jero and Hale were gonna win? To be honest with you, yes. Because no, the Jero and Gray were gonna win. Yes, Jero, they are the perfect tag team. If 205 Live have one of those cruiserweight tag teams, which WCW did in the past, they were the guys I would definitely go for. And trust me, that's something I would see. But however, it was Jero once again picking up the victory for his team, the same move that he did when he first debuted on 205 Live, and I can't wait to see more what he's gonna do in 205 Live and hopefully down the line with NXT. So let's move forward with Stardom. Okay, so we got Stardom with 2 days of Nagoya, 2 days. Basically, this is outpost before going to their um, All Star Dream Cinderella in Nippon Budokan, which is one of their biggest events of the year. Um, this took place on the 27th of February. This was like almost what, like 3 months ago. So I'm a little behind on this because I'm still trying to catch up with everything else. But as a Stardom fan, I enjoyed. First match of the night was Kokigen Death against Tam Nakano. Now, in this particular match, Tam is still trying to come up with the whole thing where she's dealing with the idea that she will lose her haircut since she accepted this stipulation, hair versus hair, for the Wonder of Stardom title. And basically, Tam Nakano is trying to hang it together, but she was able to hold on as much as possible when she applied this Tiger Suplex onto Kokigen Death. So it was a good victory, but however, she still gets the butterflies for that. The next match is a three-way elimination match from three different factions. First faction we have Odetai, consistent of Konami, Saki Kashima, Natsuko Tora versus Queen's Quest Suya Kamitani, Azami, and Momo Watanabe versus Donna Demondo, or as we call them, DDM, taking on consistent of Natsupoi, Himeka, and Maika. This is one of those matches where in the rules is simple. One per You have to eliminate them either by pinfall, submission, or over the top of the ring. But I lost track who was involved in this, but I can tell you who won. It was in fact Queen's Quest. Now this led to an opportunity, from my understanding, for them to get a shot of the Artist of Stardom titles. Now, if you guys don't know what I'm referring to, this is the trios titles that it's currently was held is being held by the Cosmic Angels, consistent of Tam Nakano, Mina Shirakawa, and Unagi Sayaka. So we'll get to that in some other time when I caught up. Next match we have Ruka taking on Utami Hayashida. As you know, Ruka is the latest member of the tie when she turned her back on Stars. But I figured that she wasn't going to win this match because Utami is the current World of Stardom champion, basically the top champion, or as they call it, the red belt. But I knew she was going to win because Utami is the best. And we'll see what is going to go down, but Utami won. Next match, we got Lady C taking on Mayu Iwatani. This was a really interesting match because these two women are of equal sides, but however, they have teamed before. As you know, Lady C is the only wrestler in Stardom that is not currently affiliated with any of the other factions. But however, there is talk that she could be heading with Cosmic Angels or Queen's Quest. For me, I would rather have her go with Cosmic Angels, and I'll explain to you at another time. But however, Lady C hasn't picked up the victory, but however, she did lose this one to Mayu because Mayu is the current ace of Stardom. So that's how I've been picturing it. But it was a very good match. To be honest with you, I wasn't too much hype, but it is what it is. Next match, we have B Priestley taking on Star Kid. Now, this was a very good match. Starlight Kid actually completely is a very impressive wrestler because those who don't know, she is a rising star. No one knows how old is she, but there is speculation she's in her 20s, but in her like 20 or 21. But her in-ring skills never cease to amaze me. But however, she still was no match for the top gaijin, uh, B Priestley. But you can guess B Priestley won the match just like that. Next match is the final of the 7 series match for Unagi Sayaka. Basically, she lost all of them, but this is her last one. Her final match was against DDM Suri. I have to say, Unagi has impressed me a lot. Reason I say this is because here's the reason. Unagi last year joined Stardom um, when the Cosmic Angels were formed. Unagi, before joining Stardom, was part of Tokyo Yoshi Pro. You probably ask yourselves, why would she join Stardom? Simple. The reason Stardom has now the she joined is because, as you know, late 2019, Bushiroad acquired Stardom because they were going to make them the top number one Yoshi promotion in all of Japan, and many wrestlers and many Yoshi wrestlers around the country want to make the jump. And Unagi is one of those who jumped, and so did Mina. But the match was amazing, I have to say, one of the best ones so far. But however, she came up short when she lost to Suri. But we could expect great things coming from Unagi. Now the main event is Saya Ida taking on the leader of DDM, Julia. You guys know Julia, how she is. She is very vindictive. She always finds a way to win her matches, being the aggressor that she is. Every time I look at Julia, she's like a version the of Naito of Los Ingorbenables, but however, she's a bit more vicious and more um, going on the attack. But you can guess anyway that Julia is the winner. It won this match, but however, she still has in her mind that hair versus hair match against Tam Nakano, and that's for another time to review. But right now, let's continue more with Stardom's day 2 of 2 days of Nagoya. Okay, so we're in day 2 of Nagoya 2 days. On this one took place on the 28th of February. Opening match was Lady C taking on Ruka. Ruka has been more aggressive on this in her matches recently, ever since joining Odetai. Um, do we expect her to great more things? As you know, she's currently in her teens. She still has a long way to go, but she has shown that she can be aggressive as a heel and many times over. But of course, can she handle someone like Lady C, who's a bit taller? Well, she can actually pull it off no matter what. So Ruka won this match, as always. But of course, she may have help with the other members of Odetai. Next match is a three-way match. We have Saya Ida versus Starlight Kid versus Micah. Now keep in mind, two of these wrestlers, Ida and Kid, are in fact members of Stars. So in Micah's mind, it's a two-on-one situation. But however, Kid and Ida, they can put aside their team status and friendship to the side because they know it's all about trying to win their match. But who did I expect it? I mean, these are three strong competitors because I do know Ida did beat Micah for the Future of Stardom title, which she's currently held. And pretty much that's what I see. But I was like impressed that it was Star Kid who picked up the victory for herself. And like I said, Starlight Kid is very impressive because I enjoy how she's now being more and more adaptable in the ring. Next match we have, well, majority of the matches are now tag team. So the first one we have is Odetai's B Priestley and Konami, who were the previous goddesses of Stardom, which is the tag team titles. They facing off DDM's Natsupoi and Himika. You can guess right away in this one that Odetai, they're all about cheating and winning their matches. That's what they always do every single time, even when other members are on the side watching. But it is what it is, and you can guess right away that Odetai won. Second match, once again, Odetai other members, Saki Kashima and Natsuko Tora, taking on stars Koki Gendef and Maya Iwatani. But you know how it is when it comes to Natsuko being involved in this match. Natsuko doesn't play by the rules. She doesn't care about the rules. She just does what she wants, however she wants, whenever she wants. And of course, in this particular match, Stars were no match with the cheating tactics of Odetai, as they always do whenever they face. They've been at war with each other too many times over. So Odetai's Kashima and Tora won. Next up, we have Cosmic Angels with Unagi Sayaka and Tam Nakano. And during this time, Mina Shirakawa is still out due to her broken nose. She has been helping out with disinfecting the ring, helping out being seconds to the other members of Cosmic Angels. Their opponents was DDM Sudi and Julia. Now, like I said in this particular, Tam Nakano is set to face against Julia for the Wonder of Stardom, or as we know as the White Belt, at the All Star Dream Cinderella, which is going to take place in Nippon Budokan in the 3rd of March. But we're that far off, but I'll catch up as soon as possible. The match was alright, very aggressive, but however, you can tell by the end of this is in fact Julia was the one who picked up the victory, and of course, making remarks about Tam Nakano's hair, knowing that she can't wait to see how she'll look like with her hair shaved. That is something that goes personal. The final match, we have Queensryche members fighting each other. We have one team of the Queensryche, Saya Kamitani and Azami, taking on Momo Watanabe and Utami Hayashida. Good match, great aggressive match. Now, you probably say, why are they fighting each other? If you guys ever followed the story of Queen's Quest, these girls are not all about friendship. It's all about being tough as nails. They're one of the few wrestling teams that are tweeners. Basically, they can play good guy or bad guy, however they want. but they have to be tough. This is a little tactic that's been going on since Io Shirai was the original leader of this faction. But who did was gonna win? Well, to be honest with you, it didn't make no difference to me as long as it was a good match. But I was surprised. It was Momo and Utami who won, and of course, this was part of the outpost because Utami is is set to face against Saya Kamitani for the red belt that was going to take place at the Nippon Budokan on March 3rd for the All Star Dream Cinderella. So that's pretty much it right now. So I'd say I'm going to end this episode with some more news updates. Okay, welcome to the news updates. So here's what we got so far. New Japan Pro Wrestling has revealed that this coming AEW Elevation, two New Japan stars will make their debut there. One is none other than Rocky Romero, who recently was there in AEW when he witnessed Yuji Nagata taking on John Moxley for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship, which he came up short. He is set to face against JD Drake. This is going to be a very interesting match to watch. So this match will take place this Monday on YouTube. Hopefully, you guys get to see it. Remember that. Now, the next star they didn't announce is Ren Narita, who is on excursion, who should be on his way back home. He is set to face against Royce Isaacs. This is going to be a very unique Royce Isaacs, who we have seen recently made appearances at New Japan Strong. This is going to be a very interesting match. Also, this coming Monday at Elevation. So, get your clocks ready for that, and we'll keep going on that. Now, information has coming up about Velveteen Dream. As you know, he was officially released by WWE. Now, the initial assumption what's been going on is that they were not going to have him move on as part of the main roster. It turns out that they were trying to have him become an instructor in the performance center. However, he did not want that. He did not want to be the instructor. Now, you probably ask yourselves why. I mean, look what happened. Yeah, but there's a reason why. This is not the first time certain wrestlers who wanted to go out and do in-ring work were being told they got to be instructors. We already have that with Serena Deeb, and look at her now. She is succeeding, and WWE missed a whole lot about that. They even tried to do the same thing with Christopher Daniels when his contract was up with Ring of Honor. They were going to do the same thing with Joey Ryan, and I'm sorry for mentioning his name, but that's exactly what they were trying to do. They were trying to find instructors, but here are wrestlers who don't want nothing to do with it. But more information has come around about Velveteen Dream that he in fact was a horrible, unprofessional person. Now, we have seen those type of wrestlers. We've seen that with Enzo Amore, who now is Enzo. We don't know how it is. I do know that Kathy Kelly is getting a lot of heat because of her involvement with him, even though she's saying that right now she has nothing to do with him. But all we can do is see what's going to happen then. Do we expect Velveteen Dream somewhere down the line at another promotion? Perhaps, but it all depends on because of his accusations that took place last year. It's very doubtful, but we'll see how it turns out for him. The last thing right now, as you may or may not have heard, AEW are setting up a second show that only is going to last an hour. It's already been announced it's going to debut this August. It's called AEW Rampage. Now, however, this is going to be televised. Um, there were rumors circulating this could be pre-taped. I'm not sure yet, but this was trying to introduce this show before AEW makes their move to TBS. Now, they will continue to have Dark and Elevation on their YouTube channel, but Rampage is still no clue what the concept is going to be. Dark and Elevation are mostly introducing wrestlers from the independent scenes who are going to be coming in. But however, Dark was originally part of matches that they set up like either after Dynamite. I don't know if that concept is still going to continue, but we'll see where they're going to go with that down the line. Well, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Now, I want to give you guys a friendly reminder. May 22nd, right now, we're getting close to that. Where it's the Hana Kimura Manate show, which is the memorial show that has been organized by Koyoko Kimura, Hana's mother. I can't wait to see that. So I'll be reviewing that maybe a little later in the evening. But I'm also going to review Got to Move's latest Choco Pro show that's also going to be out, 118. This is going to be a good show for me to watch. So I'm just going to review those two shows, and it might be look like it's going to be mostly, how do I say this, a very short one. But if there's any news updates that come around in my lap, I will review those. I will talk about those as well as soon as possible once I review these two shows. But for now, I'm gonna say I'll see you guys in the next DWZ time, same DWZ channel. I must bid all of you guys adieu. So goodbye, and have a nice day. Bang.